Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is September 24th, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. We will start our episode from Kazakhstan, which launched its own stablecoin called EVO. The most interesting thing in this case is that this stablecoin partnered with Solana and Mastercard to launch it. Simply put, we see that Solana has very good connections with Kazakhstan, and for this reason it helps them develop cryptocurrencies. Moving on to ETFs, let's look at the full data from September 22nd, where we had outflows of $363 million from the spot Bitcoin ETF. While for September 23rd, without BlackRock, we are at negative $106 million. For the Ethereum ETF, on September 22nd, we are at negative $76 million, while on September 24th, without BlackRock, we are at negative $140 million. So the ETFs are reflecting the losses we are seeing in the price of Bitcoin. Let's also say that BlackRock is making very good money from its products, as it has made $260 million annually from its spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. Obviously, $218 million from the Bitcoin ETF and $42 million from the Ethereum ETF. From ETFs, we now move on to a company today, EthZilla, which is a company that is buying Ethereum. It wants to raise another $350 million to buy even more Ethereum. After we are done with our companies, we move directly to our coins. First, we go to Aster, which as of yesterday continues to rise. The main reason is that the network continues to perform very well and attract more money. If we look at perpetual protocols and their volume, we see that Aster has reached $21 billion in the last 24 hours, while Hyperliquid is at $9 billion. In terms of 24-hour market share, Aster has acquired 41% of the market, while Hyperliquid has dropped to 19%. At one point in May, Hyperliquid had managed to capture 71% of the perpetual on-chain market, but now that number has dropped to 19% thanks to Aster, which, as we said in previous episodes, is being heavily promoted by Mr. CZ. This was also mentioned in a tweet on the 17th of this month, which again talked about Aster. And of course, since we are talking about Aster, we also have to talk about Hyperliquid, which players continue to abandon. Mr. Machi Big Brother, a music investor in crypto, had a very large position of $25 million in Hyperliquid, but he closed that position with a loss of $4.5 million because he saw the price of Hyperliquid decreasing more and more. For now, it seems that he was right to close early. Finally, let's say there is a company that wants to find a solution for Hyperliquid to make it more accessible to investors. The company DBA Asset Management, through its investment manager, described 3 changes to the economics of Hyperliquid tokens in order to make it more attractive to investors. The solutions he's thinking about, they basically want to reduce hype tokens by 45%. Let's say the 3 things he's proposing are: revoke the license for all non-fungible HYPE tokens for future issuances and community rewards, burn all hype into the Hyperliquid Relief Fund, and remove the $1 billion hype supply cap. So all of these, if voted on and passed, would reduce the hype supply by 45%, and they would make hype more accessible to investors who don't know much about it. For better or worse, moves that simply burn coins to improve the currency are meme moves, and they're moves that want to attract investors who are very new to the market and don't yet know how the thing works. Because with a simple currency burn, you're not adding any value to your network or your currency. You're just trying to hype the currency so that a lot of investors will come thinking that a simple burn will save us. And that's what this company is trying to do. Moving on, we're going to go to our other currencies, and we're going to go to Ripple, which is strengthening its stablecoin thanks to a partnership with Securitize, which is the company that manages BlackRock's tokenized capital. Let's say at this point that, thanks to this partnership, now those who have a tokenized fund from BlackRock or VanEck can sell their positions and get directly into the Ripple stablecoin instead of taking fiat currencies, for example. And that strengthens Ripple among institutional investors. And the best thing about Ripple is that this is an upgrade that it wants to do in XRPL 3, which I'll have a whole blog about in the description for you. But one of the most important things we learn is that this upgrade is designed to significantly expand and improve DeFi on Ripple. First, there will be a system for loans that will automate the payment and balance of loans, and the institutions will continue to be able to manage risks off-chain. And the best thing we're learning is that Ripple will be bringing zero-knowledge technology to its chain so that XRP can have transaction privacy on top of that. As we've highlighted many times on Crypto News, this is a very important element to attract very large investors and companies, because without privacy, no one will come. So that's the latest news we're learning about XRP. Very good news, as you can imagine. Moving on to the last part of our day, we're going to go to Cardano and wish Cardano a happy birthday on its 8th anniversary. And the lady you see in front of you is Ms. Ada Lovelace, who was a mathematician who lived from 1815 to 1852. She died young by today's standards at the age of 36. Despite her short life, she is considered by many to be the first programmer in human history. And now it's time to go to our beloved cryptocurrency market with Bitcoin at $112,000. What I do know is that Mr. Paul will speak today, so some investors are waiting, perhaps to hear something about the economy, but it may not be said at all. That wraps up the top news for crypto today is September 24th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care everyone and have a good day.